Hi guys, my name is Roger, and I'm building a mid-engine supercar in the basement of my home. Let's take a look at what I've been working on this week. All right, I want to show you guys a couple of things before I start working this morning. I tried finishing the vacuum infusion on this front firewall part. I showed you this in the last video. And I cleaned it up completely, removed it from the mold, and the part is not usable. And the biggest reason is something that I knew I had read before, but I had forgot. You have, once you spray the gel coat, you have 24 hours to do the vacuum infusion, so the epoxy will bond to the gel coat. After that 24-hour window, it won't bond. And we waited a week, or I waited a week, so it didn't bond. It was delaminating everywhere. It touched the gel coat, and it had some other little issues also, but I did find out once I removed the part from the mold why I couldn't get a good vacuum on the part. And this mold needs to be cleaned up. You can see it has traces of gel coat and all kinds of stuff. But if you see this crack here, the vacuum, when it started pulling a vacuum on this part to do the infusion, it moved or flexed this piece of wood here and cracked the putty and primer along that seam, and that was letting air seep through from the back side of the mold. That's why we could not get a good vacuum on the part, and the part failed ultimately. But I need to clean up this mold and get it ready to reuse. It has a few little tiny places that once you heat it up that distort, so I'll have to take and clean some spots off of it and putty and prime and sand and get this ready to make a new part. But since this part wasn't usable, I cut it into pieces. Here's some of the scraps. And what I wanted to do was make sure this pocket that I had put in it to interact with the HVAC section here. Let's see if the pocket was in the right location and the right size, and it does fit and work pretty nicely. So I don't need to make any modifications to the mold, but just because I had a concern on that, I wanted to verify that this part did fit before I made another part, and they both ultimately didn't fit. Get inside here, you can see where it's delaminating. You can even see the line across here. This is where the epoxy stopped flowing. It's bonded to the gel coat, everything below this really well, and everything above it, the epoxy did not bond to the gel coat at all. And you can see that line across there just as clear as can be. But as far as the pocket size and shape and location, it is all great. This part has been trimmed and put in the car. You know, I cut the excess sauce over there because we didn't really need it, but it does fit, it lines up, it looks good, and so I think we are okay to move forward making another part on this mold once I have the mold reworked and ready. But you can get an idea here what this firewall is going to look like. And there will be another part that sits on top of this and bonds to it that comes up and has the pocket for the bottom of the windshield to sit in, and that'll continue all the way around over to the corner of the windshield here. And that's how that'll be sealed off completely all the way across the car. But I just wanted to show you these things before I get started this morning. I am cutting patterns on the CNC machine for the next mold, and I'm going to start reworking this mold today and getting it ready to make a new part. But that brings you up to speed, and let me get to work. So I finally got the mold reworked for the front firewall, and yesterday I made a new part and everything went really good. The part had great vacuum this time, there was no leaks, and the part actually infused in less than an hour, which was really fast. Well, I popped the part off of the mold, and this is what it looks like. It is a good part. It turned out nice. Now this part is really dirty because I haven't cleaned the wax off of it yet. I did wipe one spot off right here. You can kind of see it's still damp, but most of the wax is off of it. You can see the carbon fiber print pretty well in that section there. But the part is good, and it's light and strong, and turned out nice. So I'm going to take this and start fitting it in the car. It'll need to be trimmed around all the edges and fit, and have to have some holes drilled in it to bolt it to the firewall or to the frame of the car at the firewall area, and have several holes drilled in it where the the gas pedal, brake pedal, clutch pedal, all those pedal assemblies bolt through this into the frame. But let's go ahead and start fitting this and see how it goes. Alright, I wanted to show you this. I've started fitting the firewall, and I took and removed material around the outside edges. Took some careful measurements, did some trimming, and kind of snuck up on the center where the tunnel area fits. The outside perimeter edges were pretty easy to trim. I measured and cut once on those. The center tunnel I had to kind of measure and cut 2 or 3 times, and I did not want to remove the brake master cylinder because that would have been a royal pain. So I carefully measured where this hole needed to be, and I'm able to insert that firewall without removing that. And I have a little bit oversized hole. I had to make it oversized for this end to fit through, and it'll have to have some kind of a grommet, bushing, something in the firewall anywhere where that rod comes through. There'll have to be several of them where different rods come through the firewall to go through to the clutch and the brake pedals. But I wanted you to see this. It's starting to fit and look correct. I think I've got it in the exact right position. I'm going to start drilling some holes and screwing and fastening this to the aluminum frame rails across behind it to get it in the exact right position. And once I know that it's there and it's fastened where it can't move, I'll start transferring some of the holes to both the pedals and the rods and stuff where they all come through the firewall here. I have made a template somewhere. Oh, here it is. I have all of the holes carefully marked and aligned. The secret to using this template is getting the template positioned exactly right to start with, and I can start transferring holes. So I have a mess here. I have parts taken out of the car and laying everywhere. I had to remove everything up front here. Here's a steering column. And I guess I'm going to start mounting this firewall securely to the frame and then try to start transferring some of these holes carefully. I'll probably start with undersized holes and sneak up on the correct OD for bushings and spacers and washers and different things. I need to assemble this correctly. But let's get started doing that and see what happens. Okay, I have the firewall installed. All the pedals, gas, the clutch, the brake, everything is installed, hooked up, and functioning. And I still need to check this large center hole here that's cut out where the HVAC system runs through, where the air conditioning hoses and the heater hoses hook up. There are 2 small holes for a stud to pass through that I need to drill and mount that box in and check and make sure everything has clearance and hooks up. But before I do that, I want to reinstall the floors of the car and get those to fit correctly. I've left them long so they stick out too far in the front. They hit this piece. I need to take some measurements and trim them and reinstall them and get that all lined up and working correctly. But once I do, I can put the floors and the seats back in the car and then start working on this HVAC box and trying to get it sorted out and lined up. But I'm happy with the fit of this. Everything worked pretty well. My template worked nice for my holes. The only thing that I don't have hooked up right now is the steering linkage from here before it passes through. Because it's rubbing, I need to make this hole here quite a bit larger, and I'm not quite sure what kind of seal I'm going to need to use there, so I've left that hole the size it is. Do a little research and find out what kind of a seal I need to put there. Then I'll know how large to make that hole, and I'll enlarge it so I can hook that shaft up and get the steering linkage back in the car. But that is the only thing that it has not done so far, and the only hole that I've drilled that I'm not finished and not happy with. So there is one more place here. This rubber grommet needs to come through the firewall. So somewhere in this area I'll need to cut a hole the right size for that grommet to snap into. Kind of waiting on that. May do that here shortly, and I may wait longer. But this is looking good, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim these floors and get them reinstalled in the car and see if we can get a visual on how everything is going to line up and look, and make sure that we're happy with the fit of everything. So I'll check back with you guys here shortly. Well, I got the floors trimmed and installed the seats and everything back in the car. So all the interior pieces are starting to come together. Give you a visual here. You can see the front firewall, the floors, and then the back part here behind the seat. All these carbon fiber parts are starting to come together in a line. And all the pieces of components here will be glued together, bonded with some adhesive. You can see how they come together here in the front. Still missing the piece here. This piece will be made. It'll go in behind the firewall that's sitting there now, and glue, come around, wrap around, and blend in here to the body and the door area. Once I know exactly what that looks like, it's going to be a while before we get to that. Probably have the body panels made and in place so I can get some exact measurements before we design those pieces there. So it's going to be a while. Let's go around to the other side so you can see how it looks over here. And I have everything back bolted in place. All the pedals, the steering column, the HVAC system here, all the holes that for mounting and for lines and hoses and everything to transfer through the firewall. Everything is cut and drilled. Excuse me. The only thing I'm missing is whatever gasket that I use to get the steering rod from the steering column up to the front rack of the car. I'm getting ready to go look on the computer and see what's available to use there. Once I know for sure what I'm using, I'll have to open this hole up here larger. The knuckle assembly, I'm trying to think where I laid it. Oh, there it is. That passes through there is rather large, and these steel pieces here are hitting the firewall, so the hole will have to be large enough for clearance on that, and then whatever kind of a rubber gasket that can mount and probably jog and come back to here somehow. I've just got to see what's available or what I'm going to have to custom make to fill in this hole. But for now, this is all looking good. The next part that we're making is what goes in the center here between the seats and closes in this gap, this vertical gap. That is the part that'll have the speaker in the top, the phone charger down in the middle, and then it'll interact with the console running down the center of the car. I'm machining parts for this next mold now that goes here between the seats. I have most of the parts cut on the CNC, and once I have them all finished, I'll show them to you in the pieces. Well, here is the start of this center console speaker area mold. I've machined 5 of the 6 pieces. The last one is on the CNC router cutting right now, and I've started gluing this together. You can see the piece that's missing here. Once that piece is finished, I'll glue it in, and then I need to kind of sand and smooth up this edge to where it matches up to this other side piece here. Glue it on, then I'll have a complete assembly. And this is the most complicated mold that I have done so far. Where all the edges and stuff align and glue together, I'll have to sand any misalignment out of it. They're very close, but just run over them with some 220 paper. They should sand and clean up and align really nice. I'll have to glue some extra blocks on these outside edges here just to give me a little bit more flange in some places for the carbon fiber. I want a little bit wider flange, and I also need an area there for the tape for the vacuum bagging. But this is looking good. I'm happy with it so far. Just wanted to show you kind of what this looks like. And this mold is going to be complicated because it's going to be hard to do the carbon fiber. I'm not quite sure how to cut the pieces and where to seam them to get this to look the best. So don't know, maybe someone that's experienced in carbon fiber can leave some comments below and give me some ideas on the best ways or best places to seam this to make the best looking part. But that's what we'll be doing in next week's video, and I guess that's the end of this one, and I'll see you guys again in 2 weeks.